Eclair paste, also called pâte à choux or choux paste, is a unique dough in that it is cooked twice, once on the stove and then again in the oven. Eclair paste is made up of just a few basic ingredients: liquid, butter, flour, and eggs. When finished, it can be piped into various shapes that, when baked, expand and dry into crisp, hollow, light pastry. Eclair paste can be made by hand or with a standing mixer. The procedure starts with bringing the liquid, fat, and salt to a rolling boil. Usually water, milk, or 50-50 mixture is used as the liquid, and each yields different results. Water is the most economical and produces a very light and crisp pastry. Milk yields a tender, darker, and tastier pastry, but costs significantly more. A 50-50 mix consisting of water and milk is also commonly used. To make an eclair paste, you will need milk, butter, salt, bread flour, eggs, a saucepan, a wooden spoon, a high-heat spatula, a standing mixer with paddle attachment, a 20-inch pastry bag, a large round tip, parchment paper, and sheet pans. To begin, bring the milk, butter, and salt to a rolling boil. It is important that the liquids and butter come to a rolling boil to evenly disperse the fat molecules. Add the flour all at once, stirring quickly to ensure the full hydration of the starch granules in the flour. Continue to stir over moderate heat until the mixture forms a mass and pulls away from the sides of the saucepan. It is important to use flour with a high percentage of protein, like bread flour, for good structure. This initial cooking allows for proper gluten development, and the evaporation of excess moisture allows for greater moisture absorption when the eggs are added. Transfer the mixture to a standing mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, or if making by hand, continue to mix with a spoon to cool the mixture. The mixture must be cooled to at least 140 degrees Fahrenheit before adding the eggs to prevent coagulation of the egg proteins. Add the eggs gradually and completely mix after each addition. The mixture should be smooth before adding the additional eggs. Adding the eggs too quickly will make it difficult for the dough to evenly absorb the liquid. Scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl. The dough should be smooth and moist with a satin-like sheen, yet firm enough to pipe shapes that hold their form. Each batch of eclair paste may be different depending upon the moisture content of the flour and the environment. As a result, sometimes you may need fewer eggs, or more. If the dough is too dry and stiff, it will not puff up properly, and it will be tough and thick. If the dough is too slack, it will spread too much and not hold its shape. Typically, when baking piped eclair paste, you must start at a high temperature of about 425 degrees Fahrenheit for the first 15 minutes to develop steam and the initial puff. Then, reduce the heat to 375 degrees Fahrenheit to finish baking and thoroughly dry out the pastry in order to set the structure for a light, crisp finish. If the pastries are not sufficiently set at the higher temperature or thoroughly dried out at the lower temperature, the pastries may collapse while cooling. Your eclair paste is now ready for a variety of fillings and uses.